Hi, I'm Joe.
I'm Joe's mom.
And we are Eastside Vibes.
So today you can see I'm wearing my Drake shirt. I did not go to the concert. You did.
I actually thought that was Prince.
Oh, no, that's my Drake shirt. Yes, I didn't go to the concert. I did go outside the concert to buy a shirt, though. You went to the concert, though.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, when Drake came to Milwaukee, I saw him. It was one of my favorite concerts I've been to, probably. Like, he was as good as advertised, for sure.
And the reason I'm bringing him up, though, is because last time we were talking about Drake, when we were talking about SZA, we were talking about Drake and all the drama he's bringing. Well, I don't know if he's bringing drama again, but he was supposed to drop his new album, was it Friday night? And didn't drop it. So I don't know if he's causing drama again.
No, I think he performed last night.
Okay.
And I saw on Twitter that he said that he never said that he was dropping it last night, and just for some reason Billboard posted it. He said it's coming out really soon.
I think he was hinting to it though, somewhere along the line.
He never said anything.
Okay.
It was for some, like, Billboard posted that was coming out last night, and then there was another, like, big magazine that did it too.
Okay.
And I don't know why they thought that.
I think it was XXL.
Yeah, maybe he told them to do that to drum up, like, publicity. But yeah, I don't know. He says he never said that. And, like, to be fair, I follow him on Instagram and stuff, and he never said it. So
you do. I just had to bring it up. I was just like, oh, good Lord, I hope he's not starting more drama again. And I'm wearing my Drake shirt, so.
All right. So anyway, today we are talking about Atarashii Gakko, who is a Japanese, I mean, they're called J-pop, but I don't even know how to describe their music. Before I get into this, I want to say, I mean, we're not Japanese. We'll try our best with these pronunciations here.
Yes, we will do our best.
But yeah, I don't want to be disrespectful or anything.
Correct.
But anyway, I'm going to refer to them as AG from now on.
Okay.
Because they're referred to as that online.
Oh, okay.
So, AG is, like I said, they're a J-pop group. From what I've seen, they were formed in 2015 as a dance group. And then in 2017, they started making music.
Okay.
They've actually been making they've actually put out quite a bit of music, since they've been together.
Yeah, I think you said 3 albums?
Yeah, they've had 3 albums, multiple EPs and singles, but they didn't really, pop off or get popular until this year, earlier this year. I saw them on TikTok where they went viral, and since then, I've been seeing, because I followed all 4 of the members online, and it seems like they're doing bigger and bigger shows. They've been performing in the U.S.
Nice.
So they're starting to get a lot more exposure than they ever had.
Who are their 4 members again?
Their names are Suzuka, who is the main vocalist and the leader.
Beautiful voice.
And there's Mishu, Rin, and Kanon.
Okay.
And, like I said, Suzuka is the main vocalist, but they all, their songs were all, the other 3 members will kind of take the lead.
Yes, yes.
And, this group, AG, is unlike anything I've seen. Everything about it is cool, very interesting and cool and themed. The way they dress, they usually wear these, outfits. They kind of look like sailor outfits in a way.
Right. But from what I've seen from school in Japan, those are the uniforms they have to wear. The skirts aren't that short, but they're the Japanese school uniforms for girls.
And they all wear these patches on their arm, which represent them being leaders.
Right.
Because I think AG translates to leaders of the new school, or Japan leaders.
Yes.
And they seem to be kind of into inspiring young Japanese women.
Yes.
That's their goal, and you can tell through their lyrics that they're doing that. A lot of their lyrics, some of their lyrics are intense. A lot of it is very tongue in cheek. But yeah, like I said, everything about it is very like regimented, down to their performances, which are like insane. They're so cool. Like, if I could get anyone to do anything, it's look them up on YouTube, watch their dance performances, watch their music videos. They're so like detailed and interesting. Like I said, it's unlike anything I've seen. This is a group I've been trying to like get people around me to look into, because a lot of times people don't want to like look into a Japanese pop group, or
Correct.
they're called J-pop,
Correct.
because you know you're not going to understand it.
Right. That's how I felt at first.
But I'm like, just trust me. Like, this is different.
I trusted them.
This isn't what you think it is. Like, if you think it's going to be like Blackpink or something, which they're good, don't get me wrong. This is
They're
not.
not.
This
They're
isn't
not.
that. This
No.
is nothing.
They're not BTS. They're not Blackpink. It's completely different.
Anyway,
So when he told me to listen to them again, I was like, I'm not going to understand them. So I listened to the album like 2 or 3 times. And then after the third time, I was like, I liked it in the beginning, but then I really got into it so much that it's kind of hard to see. I had to take notes. Like, I researched this album, I researched the lyrics, I researched the meaning of everything, because it was just so interesting to me, especially when I started to look up what the titles meant. And then I was like, I transformed the lyrics to English. And then I was like, it's amazing. It's amazing. And then I wanted to look up what was the like meaning behind the song. It's really, really good. I'm really glad that he got me to listen to this album. I'm great band. I'm great. I'm really excited about them.
that's what happened for me when I saw them go viral early, like in like January. I was like, this is like cool. This is very
cool. The word for it is cool. They're very cool.
There's just I don't know, like it just like draws you in, and I got what happened for her, I got like so into the lore and the members and just everything about it. But so the name of their EP that came out, or I think it was in like late March or early April.
I think so.
It's called Ichijikikoku,
which translates to temporary return. And you were talking about what you think that meant.
Well, at least in K-pop, I've noticed that they have what's called comebacks. Like,
okay,
a lot of times, multiple times a year for these groups, where they'll like change their image, change the type of music they're making, like for like a 5 or 6 song EP, and they'll like tour, and then they'll do it again in like 5 or 6 months.
Okay.
And I don't know if this is like making fun of that, or if they're just like, like kind of like buying into like that K-pop thing, because they're not Korean.
No,
they're Japanese.
Right. You had brought up the point too that when you think about like the Korean bands, they do a big album, correct, with a lot of songs.
No, I'm saying for the most part they don't do that.
Oh, because with this one there were 6 songs? They were really short.
This from like what I saw about like their past releases seems to be the first time they've done like an EP.
Okay.
I think they had like things classified as EPs in the past.
Okay.
But they would have more songs, and then they've also had 3 like full-length albums.
Okay. Okay. This is great.
I don't know if they're just like going into like the K-pop formula, because it does work.
It does. Oh, we know that.
It definitely works. Right. Or if like temporary return is kind of like making fun of that. Because I'm actually going to write about it on my blog this week. They had another EP come out a couple of days ago. But
they did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That one has 1 new song. Okay. And like it has a live version of one of the songs on this record, 2 older songs from like 3 years ago, and then a cover of some like traditional Japanese song.
Oh.
So that more seems like a single, but they like package some of these other songs in there to like.
Right.
Which is why I'm wondering if they're doing the Korean thing.
Right.
Cause,
right. And
because they weren't releasing multiple like projects a year before this.
Right.
So.
And we were talking right before we started taping that it's really great that groups like this are starting to be noticed worldwide. We brought up the fact that I had seen the article, but I didn't read it, but that you had read the article about one BTS member and how he felt about performing at the AMAs, and what did he say?
Oh, yeah, it was Suga from BTS. He was talking to, I forget his name. It's like a really good Korean soccer player who plays for PSG.
Okay.
And Suga was saying that like before they performed in America, he had it wasn't even like a possibility to him. It wasn't a dream. They never thought they could get that big because no Asian artists had ever gotten that big in the U.S.
Right.
I mean, BTS is literally the first one.
They are. Besides,
I guess, Psy, but he was kind of a flash in the pan.
Right.
Like Suga said, he like is the type of person who does not get nervous, but that was like the only time he's ever gotten nervous live. Like he said, he was shaking before he did that performance because it's just like performing at the AMAs on that stage. You know, millions of people are watching. Especially at that time in 2017.
Correct.
I mean, it's a really big deal.
Right. It was worldwide. So these other bands now have really been able to capitalize off of what they've done, and it's wonderful because then you get to start to, then you, granted, you've had Blackpink and all these other bands, but then you start to get really, as we keep saying, cool bands now like this, like AG, who are coming to the forefront and are showing a different type of music, and it's wonderful.
I mean, a lot of that's because of TikTok, because they'll have these videos go viral. They went viral on TikTok.
That's wonderful.
And now they're performing at American music festivals.
That's great. That's great.
And doing like American like interviews and stuff. So they're getting exposed here.
That's wonderful.
And this is a market that they probably never thought they would be able to reach.
Right.
So.
Right. It's great. It's wonderful. I love that Asian bands are now becoming popular worldwide because they're fantastic. They are.
Yeah. So the first song on this EP is called Jenin Dio. This song, it's kind of has like a hardcore punk sound.
Yes.
It's very fast paced.
Yes.
In a way, I when I wrote about it, I said it reminds me like of the theme to shows like Naruto or like these like action animes.
I said there's a point in it where there's a laugh that comes along. I said it reminded me of Harley Quinn for some reason. That's just like I'm like, ooh, Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I love the laugh.
And the title of the song actually means 3,000 points to the top of the head. And they talk about the 3,000 comes up in here several times too.
This song, I think Suzuka is like definitely like takes like the center role. You can like hear her voice the most.
Yes.
And that works for this because she has a deep and like almost like a husky tone.
Yes, it's beautiful.
It's very strong and it like engages you into this record. I actually think this is the best song to start off the project with.
I agree.
Because when you hear this, like you're like, this is like I don't know what this is, but I have to keep listening to it because I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that. It wasn't like very fast paced punk music.
Yeah, I agree. I think this was a good song to start out. So then obviously I had to do my research, and basically it's about a bad relationship, and it's about a really volatile bad relationship. And I think that punk rock in it really makes it be like, I'm really ticked off. I'm not happy about this relationship and her like aggression about what's happening. You can really feel the aggression, not only in this song, but in a lot of songs. And it's not always punk rock in them, but you can feel that there's a sense of female awareness to, I don't like what's happening, and I'm going to let you know about it.
Yeah. One thing I'll say is you can tell that AG really believes in what they're saying.
Oh, definitely.
This isn't someone that's just like performing lyrics, like even like Rihanna, like performs lyrics written by someone else. And
yeah, right.
I'm not saying she never feels what she's saying,
right.
but you know that they mean what they're. You can literally hear it in the way they're singing.
Do they write their own songs? Do we know?
I think they have a hand in writing them.
Okay. Very good. It's just, this is, like you said, great way to start the album.
The second song is Saishun wo Kirisaki Hado. Sorry, I'm reading it off of a sheet here. This is one of my favorite songs on the record. I said it immediately reminded me of like bands like Rise Against or like Anti-Flag, like very aggressive like punk bands.
Mm-hmm.
But the vocals are pretty like subdued and soft on this song.
Very much.
It contrasts like the instrumental.
And especially, so the title of the song means tearing apart youth. And the purpose behind it is that it's trying to talk about the strength of today's youth. And I think they're really talking about more about Japanese youth and how they need to stop like sitting back and facing what's happening in their society and taking more of a role in it and showing that they have the ability to be leaders as well.
That makes sense because a lot of the vocals on this song sound like they're shouted through like a megaphone.
Yes.
And I wonder if when they do it live, they do that. This isn't
right.
a song I've watched a lot of their live stuff, but
mm-hmm.
I haven't seen this song performed live.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to because I bet they are shouting on a megaphone or something.
Right, to shout out to the youth that, hey, let's take over. Yeah.
It'll
like protest. It's almost like a protest.
It does sound like protest.
Yeah.
It almost like I remember like when I was like 10 years old, our dad took us to California on a business trip, and when we were in San Francisco, they were actually communist protesters in the Fisherman's Wharf.
Okay.
And they had megaphones and they're shouting like what they're saying, and this like reminds me of like that, like them being on the streets of like Tokyo or something, and
okay. Wow. Yeah.
and yelling like on the song is obviously like trying, like you said, it's trying to like give strength to like young women and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and I think just youth in general, it brings up Tokyo in here too. I think they're just trying to say the youth need to come forth more. Don't sit back and take what's happening. Take a role in what's happening in our society today.
Yeah. The megaphone parts of the vocals are kind of intense, but
yes.
like I said earlier, when they're not singing on the megaphone, it's like almost like dainty.
Mm-hmm.
It really contrasts like the instrumental, because the instrumental, the first one is like a hardcore punk sound, but it's very bright sounding, like kind of colorful.
Right.
This is a lot darker sounding.
Yes.
It seems like more like somber and not positive.
Right. No, I think they did a really good job with this, because if they had come through this one with punk or hard aggression, and I don't know if their followers would have really taken in the meaning behind it. I think they're really just trying to say in a strong way, this is what we need to do, and with bringing in those megaphones, that puts it over the top.
So the third song on the record is called Giri Giri. That's a hard one for me to say. This is nothing like the first two songs at all. It has, I said when I wrote about it, it reminded me of like Lady Gaga from like even before Born This Way, like her early stuff.
Like paparazzi stuff and things like
that.
Yeah.
It has a very like, I
didn't even think about that.
I say like futuristic synth pop, and that's interesting because that came out like 15 years ago, but it sounded like it was coming from 2040 when it came out. That's right. That's why she was so popular.
Right. Lady Gaga, love her.
But this song has that sort of sound.
Correct.
I love like how like I guess like hearty like the synths are, like they're very like I don't know.
A lot of synths in
they're
this
very
song.
warm. The beat is, I could see this being played like in a club or something because it's
Yeah.
very danceable.
Mm-hmm.
It has like a very, I know, my mom thinks the lyrics are kind of creepy. It's very tongue-in-cheek, like lyricism on this one. It seems to be about like young women trying to seduce older men, and what also fits like the club theme, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But the vocals on this song are in the chorus, Suzuka has like a very like strong
Yes.
sound,
Yes.
and that like that like makes this make the song feel very all encompassing.
Mm-hmm.
And the vocals and the verses are a lot more like stripped back, I guess.
Correct. So the meaning of the song means duty or obligation. And I got from it, too, that it has something to do with, like, a teacher in it. Like, I don't know if, like, the girl has a crush on a teacher or the teacher is, like, creeping on a girl. I'm not sure. So that's why I felt it was kind of creepy, like, the meaning behind it. But I really like the music. I think it's actually one of my favorite songs. I just find the meaning behind it creepy, but it's one of my favorite songs.
I think they're kind of making fun of that
idea.
The idea of like older men and or teachers like thinking like they can like be with their students.
Yeah.
And a lot of like, I know you're a teacher, I'm sure you hear
That's
about
why
this
I found
stuff.
it creepy.
Like a lot of like 14-year-old girls will like find like some teachers attractive, or 14-year-old boys will find their teachers attractive.
They will.
But like this like plays into like the teacher like kind of feeding into that, which also happens. So
sadly enough.
But anyway, the fourth song is called Suki Lai.
Amazing.
This is probably one of my favorite songs 2023.
If I would to pick a song of 2023, this would probably be it.
Like I definitely think it's one of my top songs. It's, in my opinion, also obviously the best one on this record.
Yes.
I mean, that's saying a lot too, because I do like all of these songs. It's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
It has like a jazzy like pop trap. Like, I mean, it has like a trap beat, but
it's like Suki Lai like that.
Like the melody is like not what you would expect on like hip hop or trap music. Like I said, it's jazz, almost like show tuney.
Right, with all the other songs, and then you get to this one, it's different. It's different. Yeah. And I didn't watch any of the videos on these, but I watched the video on this one, and it is like you said, it's just very jazzy. It's the way that they move in it and everything. It's smooth, and the way they put it together is great. Suki Lai actually means love lie. And I found that the purpose of it is that a girl, and it's pretty obvious, when you look at the lyrics, a girl has been lied to multiple times by whoever she is seeing, and she keeps catching them on it. And she's kind of like had it, you know.
I think the title is kind of like a play on words, because they keep yelling the phrase "kirai" in the song, which means like "I hate you."
Right.
And Suki Lai is like kind of like it's sort of saying "kirai" in the title, but Suki, like you said, also means love. So it's like, like kind of like I said, like making fun of that idea.
Right. I feel she still loves him no matter what he's doing, but she hates him at the same time.
She also hates him.
She hates him for what he's doing, but yet she still loves him as well.
Yeah. Like she mentioned the video. The video for this song, like the dancing is it's like creepy, and
it is.
It like fits like the hateful like meaning of the lyrics, like to be honest, the tune does too.
Yep.
Even though it's like very enjoyable to listen to, and I love the tune, it's
same here.
It kind of seems like a little creepy and a little like mean. Like you can tell there's anger in this.
Oh yeah.
Even the vocals are like the three other members, like the non-leader. I think their vocals are also like more.
They come out more.
Yeah, they're more like pronounced on this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially Kanon. She's the one that like keeps yelling and.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's
and
right.
You can.
She yells.
Yeah, you can tell like she's like mad.
Yeah, she's mad.
And yeah, it's like I said, it's just such a good song.
Yeah. You were talking about songs that they released, like, and we'll get to that song shortly. The one that they released first, that's the one they should have released first.
I actually disagree.
Really?
Yeah, I think the other one is better. Even though I know you don't like it as much, I think it's better for.
Oh, the one we're going to talk about.
Yeah,
the other one?
I think it's better for like going viral.
Okay.
I don't know if this one, even though actually if you look online about what people say about this project, this is most people's favorite song. I don't know if this one would have like hit as hard.
Okay, maybe it could have been their second song.
Well, it was. It was the
there
second
you
song
go.
that had a video.
Okay.
But yeah, the other one like just is more in your face, I guess.
Okay, I got you.
So that song that I keep bringing up is called Otono Blue. This song actually came out a couple of years ago. And I don't know, she keeps making faces about it, but like I said, this song, like, it's probably my least favorite song on the record too, but it's also the song that would, like, out of everything on this record, this is the one that's going to, like, go viral. Because it's, I don't know, it's different. It's also has, like, a show-tuny and jazzy feeling into it. And it seems a little, like, quirky and weird.
Yes.
And I think that's why it was a good song to pick to go viral. Also, the vocals are very strong in this song, definitely.
Yes.
Especially Suzuka, like,
yes,
her vocals are very forward in this song. And then, like, the way that the vocals from the other three members contrast hers in the chorus creates a cool texture. Even though it's like it's not my favorite song. I just think I think it's a good song.
Yeah.
But
so the title of it means to act or pretend as an adult, and basically this is a young girl on a quest for a mature male adult. And I immediately thought of a dinner club that has a lounge singer. And that's I could see her like standing up in there because it would really fit the theme of a lounge singer, of somebody singing about a young person wanting to find a older male man, and that might happen in a dinner club. You know, I mean, that's kind of the idea. It's not the idea of a dinner club, but I could see that type of song being sung at a dinner club.
This song also has a funny dance that goes with the song.
Oh, really?
That's part of the reason it went viral, because I've seen like multiple people like doing the dance online.
TikTok? Okay.
So
I'll have to look that up now.
But yeah, like she said, the song is about like a young woman trying to seduce an older male, and I think the lounge singer thing is kind of funny. Like, I could see that.
I just think of it automatically.
The next song is called Otome no Bikaku. And
he's surprised by my reaction to this one.
Yeah, I actually thought this would be her favorite song. And because it, like the last two songs, I keep mentioning show tune, I think literally like these songs have melodies that could be in musicals. That's why I'm saying that.
Yes,
like,
yes.
Which fits the performance element of like what they do.
Correct.
It definitely feeds into that.
Right.
Like, I could see them making a musical out of, like, some of these songs, and, like, because, like, they all have, like, deep meaning that kind of relate to each other.
Correct.
If they made, like, a mini movie or something.
Right.
That would be pretty cool, like, for this record.
You know, and one thing he keeps talking about that they have like, dances and stuff. This is not K-pop dance or like NSYNC or Backstreet Boys. They're not all doing the exact same moves at the same time. Their dance... They dance the same move, but it's kind of all to their same rhythm, how they do it. It's a beautiful way to look at it.
I think it's like jazz dancing.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, definitely old school jazz dancing. A lot of the tunes, especially for the last 3 songs, almost have like a 50s and 60s like jazz sound to them.
Right.
Like not like slow, like calm jazz, like
right.
Like when you go to like a jazz club and it's kind of chaotic sounding.
Right.
All like the last 3 songs have like a sound that like fits that mold.
Right.
This one of the reasons I think that, or I thought that she would like it, is the tune has a little bit of like a Latin rock feeling, a little like I immediately thought of like Ricky Martin, to be honest, and I know she likes him.
I'm really gonna have to go back and listen to this one.
Like that when I wrote about it, that's what I said.
Yeah,
it reminded me of like Ricky Martin.
I love Ricky Martin.
That's why I was like, I thought this would definitely be your favorite song.
I'm gonna have to rethink this one.
But they or what's this one about? I actually don't know.
Title of it is actually new school. Like, this is like a new school and a new way of thinking about things, and the purpose of it is that it's a representation of the idealized Japanese woman. And so we were talking about like geisha, or is it geisha or geisha?
I thought it was geisha.
Okay,
but...
so like geisha girls. And so then I had to look up geisha girls. And the original geisha was a woman who was a prostitute and named herself geisha. But now geishas are actors and dancers and probably more like Cirque du Soleil people, I might think.
Yeah, they're like performers.
Right, but in this song, they're trying to say, we need to stop thinking of those type of women, the one that are dressed with white faces and in the kimonos and very tight. That's not what the Japanese woman is about anymore. The Japanese woman is about having her own opinions and making ideas and leading the government and leading the world. And people just need to learn to accept that. And we need to get away from the old, and we need to step into the new, and that's why it's like a new school, a new idea of thinking.
Yeah, the song has a very like non-conforming feeling, which is actually, I really like that idea. I didn't know that, but yeah, I think that that's like a very cool thing to be singing about it, especially to trying to be inspiring like young people.
Right. I love the meaning of the song. As far as meanings go, this is probably the song whose meaning I love the most. So now I'm going to have to go back and listen to it to hear the Ricky Martin part of it. And I bet that might wind up being one of my favorite songs then. But as far as the lyrics go and the meaning, my favorite song.
The last song is called
Odone Hone, but then they have...
Sorry, I couldn't read her handwriting.
Sorry, it's bad there. Odone Hone, but then it has 001 after it.
Yeah, I think it's like Odone Hone 1.
Okay.
She said that it stands for dance class, so maybe it's like the first dance class.
Possibly, yeah.
This one has a sound that reminds me of the first song.
Yes.
A little, like, I guess the first 2, but mainly the first song, like, it has a very bright melody, very upbeat, like, punk sound.
Right. They really want people to just dance to this song. I mean, it's a dance song is what it is.
I like how there are points when it kind of, like, gets stripped back and slows down a couple of times, because then it'll get fast again, and it, like, hits really hard. And, yeah, like, I think it's a perfect closer, to be honest. It has like a climax feeling to it.
Yes, great closer. They say that the meaning of the song is that dancing is an unconscious act and that everybody should be doing it. So the fact that he's saying that, you know, it goes fast but then it slows down, it's giving you that feeling of there's different ways to dance, and that you can be, you know, rocking out, but then when it slows down, you can be doing a little more of this. But basically, it's like you said, it's a great closer because everybody can dance. Dancing is just something everybody can do, and go ahead and do it.
Their vocals on this song are very, like, giddy.
Yes.
And there's actually, like, laughing throughout the song.
Yes.
And that, like, makes you, like, happy when you hear it, and it would make you want to dance.
Yeah.
Like, I could see you dancing around your room, like, you know, yelling this song.
Yes, they're having fun.
Yeah, it's a very fun song, and it's cool. It's a cool way to close it because a couple of these songs did have like a darker sound.
Definitely.
So, although the first and the last song have the most like vibrant sound, the most positive sound.
Right. The ones in between are very like.
Yeah, they're a little more like, I don't know, like.
There's a lot of heart.
Melancholy.
Yep, melancholy. Great word. It's actually my favorite word, melancholy.
But yeah, overall, when I wrote about this record, it's one of my favorite things I've listened to in 2023 so far. I think it's really cool. Part of the reason I like it so much is because of all like everything surrounding it too, all the videos and just the way that like they portray themselves, but also the music. It's just, in my opinion, there isn't a bad song on here.
I'm glad he had me listen to this. I really am. I like this album.
Yeah, there's a few songs like that I would probably not really go back to much on my own unless I was listening to the whole thing.
Right.
And it does flow together very well.
Right. It's a short album. There's only 6 songs, but seven songs. Sorry, but I've listened to it multiple times, and his dad has heard me listen to it. He's like, "What are you listening to?" And I'm like, "I'm listening to a Japanese album." And he's like, "Do you know what it means?" And I'm like, "Yes, because I've done my research." So yes, I do know what it means.
Yeah. I'm actually someone, I say this a lot, that is really into how music sounds.
Yes.
The way I write about it, a lot of the time, I think lyrics are important, and in this case, the lyricism enhances the music. But I love listening to music like for how it sounds, which is why I'm into like foreign music, because I don't necessarily have to understand what they're saying.
Right, and I think I'm more into the lyricism of it. I really take heart in what they're saying.
But when I wrote about this, I gave it like an 8.4. I might even give it like a higher rating now. Like I would put this like at least on the level of the SZA album that we talked about last week, if not higher. I think it's really, really, really good.
And I'm going to agree with him. Out of all the albums I've listened to so far, and this is an album that isn't even in English, I would give this an 8.5. Yeah. Definitely.
It's, I really hope that more people see this and people get into AG, or people get into AG not through this.
Right.
Just because there's nothing like them, and they deserve to get all of the credit and popularity that they can get.
I hope that our viewers really listen to this album. I really hope you take the time to listen to this.
If you watch this and you haven't heard this, please actually go listen to it. Trust me on it.
Please. And then go back and listen to what the meanings behind them are. But it's worth listening
Watch
to
the
videos.
Songs.
Yes.
It's really worth it.
Yes.
I mean that. This isn't like something that like is super popular.
It's not like Travis Scott or something like that.
Yeah, you brought up like Blackpink and BTS. They're very good. They're very popular, but
this is different.
Yeah, and this is so unique.
Yeah. So I forgot to say this earlier, so I have an interesting story. So yesterday I was getting my nails done, and my nail tech, she's actually from Vietnam.
Oh,
but she knows Japanese. So I said to her, I said, "Oh, my son and I do video blogs," and I said, we're doing this group." And so I turned it around and I showed it to her, and she goes, "Oh," and I go, "You know them?" And she goes, "I don't know them, but my 14-year-old son knows them, and he plays them all the time at home."
Oh,
so
that's cool.
Yeah, so she was like impressed that me, an older person, and not my son because he's young, but she was impressed that, "Oh, you're gonna do a video on them?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She said, because that's the type of music my son listens to. So she thought that was really cool that we were doing this.
It's so good. Please, like I said, please listen to this.
It is. It's really good.
But with that being said,
so the one thing that I guess you could say it's a quote, but I looked up what was the purpose of them getting together, and what they said, they really got together because they want to stick out with individuality and freedom from an intolerant society where only exemplary men are valued. So we talked about the fact that I don't know if they're like male bashers.
I don't think they're male bashers, but they're definitely calling out like the patriarchy.
Definitely.
Which
That's it.
is men and also like government.
Right, because I don't know. I'm going to be honest and tell you I don't know a lot about the Japanese government, but I doubt that they have a lot of women, if any, in the Japanese government.
I think it's pretty similar to the way it's structured is similar to the U.S. government, but it's a lot more
male dominated,
yes,
male driven.
yes.
And they really bring that out in here, that you've got to start listening to the youth. And the youth is everybody, not just men, it's women as well. So it's, again, the meaning of what they do is great. And again, please listen to this album.
But yeah, thank you for watching. Please like and comment and subscribe. Do all the stuff that helps the algorithm. We would appreciate that.
Yes, please.
My name is Joe.
I'm Joe's mom.
We're East Side Vibes. And have a great day.
Bye.
Thank you.